Good day, everyone, and welcome. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be aware of risk in the future trading. All our videos are for educational purpose only. If you want to follow any of our automated signals, you are very welcome on a sim. We're not responsible for your trades. Uh, Today, you have to be careful on the ES. It's not really trending, and the only instruments are trending are the CL, NASDAQ number one, CL, YM. Those the two, doesn't matter what kind of auto trade you have at this moment. The reason is I'm saying do not trade the ES or auto trade the ES because the ES is fixing to go to the short position while the NASDAQ is still on the long position. If we look at the NASDAQ, the 1 minute, this is the re-entry on the NASDAQ at 131.02, where on the ES we can see is fixing to go short on the ES, and actually there is no trend on the ES. So you have to be careful when you are, doesn't matter what auto trade you are using, whether it's ours or somebody else, it doesn't matter, it's irrelevant. So the ES have a problem at this moment. The only time you can auto trade the ES, irrelevant what kind of auto trade you have, what type of an auto trade, the only way you can auto trade the ES once we cross the 41.54. 41.54, you unleash your auto trade on the ES. At this moment, the ES is not the best instrument to auto trade this morning. You have to be very careful about the price levels, and you have to be aware. And we have covered, especially to our members. By the way, for all our members, the ones has not updated their files, we have an update on all the auto trades, all the files, and please, you need to contact us if we missed anyone to get the new files for an update. Anytime, any morning, especially our members, when you come in and you say to yourself, how I'm going to trade between those fib lines, they are not tradable. This means when you see too many lines like this, don't need somebody with a 10 years or 20 years experience to understand. When you see the price between those lines, stay away. Stay away as far as you can, indicating the market is chopped. And when the market is chopped, that means you are in trouble with the auto trade. 90% of the auto traders worldwide, they fall into this trap. They don't understand auto trading. They don't understand how to manage auto trade sometimes. And they get right into a big pile of mud, and they have no idea how to get out. The auto trades are not magical, they are mechanical. And this, if we look at the ES, the price, how it is going back and forth in this turbulence here, as we agreed before, when this is turbulence, all those lines are turbulence. We don't want to fly into the turbulence. We want it to fly below or above. So we want to trade above the ES or auto trade above the ES, or we need to auto trade below those lines. Please, this can save you a lot of headaches. Irrelevant if you have some kind of auto trade, has filters, non-filters, is irrelevant. It's not the auto trade, it's the market condition. It's not indicating there is money in the ES at this moment. And most of the time, if you wait, wait few more minutes until we get out of this place, this turbulence area here, then you are going to be fine. you're gonna see blank on your screen for 1 second. I'm sorry about that, and it's gonna come right back up again. There we go. So you can see from almost a little bit before 10 o'clock. Let me show you. The ES is not doing anything and is going on that channel here, and there is no movement. And when there is no movement, there is no money. Remember, when there is no movement in the market, there is no money. However, if you need to trade today, it is we're not your financial advisor. The gold is good, the Nasdaq is good, the CL is good, even the YM is good, but the ES is not good to auto trade. Now, if this one here start going above this mess, and when we start crossing the 41.54, you unleash your auto trade on the ES if you want to. We're not your financial advisor. So we desperately need to get out of this area for the ES to auto trade. Please. $200 a day you save. That's $50,000 a year. Remember, that's $50,000 a year. Now the ES getting out of this mud house right there, and now you can see this is where we need to stay above that trouble here, and the ES, it is right now valid for an entry, of course, long, so now we can unleash the auto trade to start doing his business, irrelevant what kind of auto trade. And then immediately we can see still the buyers over the seller and the sellers over the buyers, they are very equal. But your job as a future trader, we need to predict the next movement. And if we look at the momentum start getting strong, the market analyzer from 1 minute to 30 minutes, from 1 minute to 30 minutes is to the green, and now we have a liftoff. So now it is safer to trade, and the first half an hour here was no direction on the ES. Let me see if there's any high news. There is a little news at 11:30, and the rest is not really priority. So we need to stay above those lines, and at this moment the ES become, there is a light in there to trade it. Always remember that when you open your NinjaTrader and you see the price, if there is many lines indicating to hold at this moment your trade on that instrument until we go above this cloud, and now it is clear, and now it is nothing will hold the ES, and now is going to be lift off. This is the most important when you are auto trading, to understand. Sometimes you need to hold on turning on the any kind of auto trade. It's not my job to teach you price action. What I'm trying to teach in here, how you can manage your auto trade and then not to get in trouble. As we see right now, when the ES went above this cloud here, now it is a lift off and is taken. So it is clear. And now we are not in trouble anymore when we are unleashing an auto trade, whether you are using a minute. I don't want to talk about Renko. We have Renko, but I don't want to talk about Renko. I have no respect for Renko. We have a lot of traders using Renko. We have the Renko, we use it for the automated reversal. We have an automated trade reversal, and we have many reversal and scalping and all this. But the Renko are when you're trying to want to reverse the market is good. But I will never use the Renko to trade with the trend. No, I will use the Renko to go reverse on the market is excellent, and you get filled beautifully on it if you want to use the Renko bar, including hours on a reversal. But you should not be dependent on a Renko bar to trade with the trend because you don't see the whole picture like when you see it on the 1 minute. Always, you will have a clear vision where this market going. When we are looking at the ES at the 1 minute, we have a very good idea where this market going. And the ES is your oxygen to the rest of the instruments. It is your oxygen to the rest of your instruments. We don't need to analyze the Nasdaq that much. We don't need to analyze the YM. The ES has the impact on the whole market, and it can give us a flashlight on the rest of the instruments. This way, when you are auto trading, you are in charge and you know how to control that auto trade. So right now we have a lift off on the ES as we predicted, and once the ES broke that area, now is it just flying to the 41.59.75. This is the next bridge. We need to cross it. I don't see any problem for not crossing the 41.59, because if we look at the market analyzer and we see the buyers over the sellers and we see how the momentum, the pressure in the market is indicating there is a possibility to cross this fib line. So when we are auto trading and we now unleashed the auto trade to start taking a trade, we know exactly where is our limitation on that auto trade and where we are going. If we are able to cross the 41.60, that means the next step is going to be a breakout at 41.60, and you can see here start to blinking, indicating there is buyers coming in, and that is going to have a big impact on your auto trading. So if we take the ES, we understand where we are on the ES, and we understand where is our limitation on the ES, and this is really nice to get it. And then we can take a CL as well. Let me see if we have a CL somewhere. The gold, as I said, is doing very fine, the gold. When we started this webinar, I said the gold is really trending. And then we have the CL. Closed, okay. The CL start rising. And now we are climbing to the 41.59. When we climb to the 41.59, we have this line here. It does not every time across this line is going to keep going. What happened when this yellow line, I hope you can see this, clear vision on YouTube. Once we come to the 44.60, it might the market halt a little bit because this is a really key point for us. So it might struggle a little bit, and then if they decide to push this market, we will break the 41.60, and then it is a highway to the next level, and it's going to be a very strong trend all the way. God knows where at this moment. We don't have any vision where we are going on it, but eventually the chart will update itself and give us where is the next step. So if we notice on the 44.60, we're gonna have a little halt in there. It's like a thick door. You're trying to kick it, and you kick it the first time, it's not gonna break, and then you keep banging on that door until it gets weak, and then you break that door. And the same thing, this 44.60, this yellow line, it's like a thick door. We need to break it. We need to keep trying to break it. And once we break the 44.60.50, then we are, God knows where we can go long at this moment. So it is really a very important number, the 44.60, because this one has an impact on your auto trading, and we need to estimate. I mean, the auto trades, of course, they close position and all this by themselves. But for us, it is very important how to maximize the profit. If it's important for us to override the auto trade and to maximize the profit, if we see or indicate the market is no longer valid, or the market is, there is a trend exhaustion, there is no more, and the market is climbing down again. So we don't need to be in the market anymore. So what you do, you maximize your profit and you go on the top. So that's what you are looking at this moment. And then we have a very heavy support. Anything below the 41.53, it is a re-entry at this number, 41.53.50. On the ES, it is a re-entry. It's not short. There is no short. It's a re-entry. And this pull back a little bit because of the 44.60.50. This is, as I said, is a thick door. So now we know what's going on the ES, and we know exactly where the ES is struggling. And this is really, make the trader more comfortable when he knows what's going on in the market, because he can also make a decision. God forbid, we don't want you to initiate a trade by yourself and use your emotion for lack of experience and knowledge and all this. I don't want to get into it, but what we need to do, we need to be the captain on that boat, trying to manage that auto trade efficiently. Don't just rely on the mechanical side of it. Also, we need to look on the technical side of it to see how we can maximize the profit on that one trade, especially when you are dealing with swing trading. Now, when you are trying to deal with a scalping, the scalping, I like scalping, but there is a certain time where the scalping is good. Like, as an example, Monday. You don't want to swing trade on Monday. Let's say if you want to go Globex, you don't want to swing trade on a Globex. You want to scalp the market. There is a certain places where the scalper or a certain time is okay. But then you have to understand, you cannot be scalping when the market's open. You cannot be scalping all day long. I mean, when the market open and you are scalping and the market goes a little bit fast, You have a slippage, one tick at least on the way in and one tick on the way out. What is a scalping? Scalping average takes 10 to 15 ticks. Scalping. So when you are trading, there is one slippage, one tick on the way in, at least, or two ticks. And then there is a couple ticks on the way out, plus commission, and your scalping is around 10, 12 ticks. So you are already taking a quarter of your profit between a slippage and commission. If it is a winning trade. If it is a losing trade, it is a losing trade plus a slippage plus commission. And that does not add up. You see? Because you are playing small. So the slip, we have a lot of scalping system. We have 20 auto trade. On one auto trade, there is a 3 different scalping on just one auto trade. And we have one auto trade just for scalping. Then we have another scalping between the fibs. And then we have another scalping for reversal. So we have a big variety of scalping the trader can choose from. But I still believe in the swing trading, and the swing trading should not be based on stupid moving averages, because those, they cannot indicate anything. What we need to swing trade the price levels, not to just squeeze couple moving average and make it big, and then there is a big trade. No, this is a disaster. What we need to do, we need the price level on the swing trading, and then once we catch one trend a week, that can cover, you will be much better off than this guy is scalping 24 hours. So it takes one trend a week to get a much better performance than a guy is sitting behind the computer all day long. So I like scalping in a certain timing. As an example, Friday in the afternoon. The first 2 hours on a Friday, you have a lot of amateur traders. They come in and they don't know the trick on Friday. They don't understand the tricks on Friday. They don't understand how to trade on Friday. It's a special day, Friday. And then they get into a lot of trouble. Normally, an amateur trader, he is done with losses on Friday, the first 2 hours. When those noises go, when those amateur traders finished on the first 2 hours and they lose, and then the scalping comes around 1 o'clock on Friday, and you start really enjoying the scalping on Friday. One of the also mistakes is on Sunday evening. We can see from our system some people are running the Ninja Trader. Sunday evening you should be with your family. Do not trade on Sunday evening. Do not scalp on Sunday evening. Do not swing trade on Sunday evening. Do not turn on the computer on Sunday evening. If you count how much you make on Sunday evening, and you count how much you lose on Sunday evening, and you'll find out the losses on Sunday evening is much greater than your winning on Sunday evening. The best things it is to be relaxed on Sunday evening, and then we will start the Monday carefully. The market is trying to digest all the news over the weekend when the market open, and then if the market is slow, then we can go on a light scalping. If there is some heavy news and the market is really trending, we can unleash the swing trading. Most of the time on Monday is a scalping time. On Friday evening is a scalping. So that, or on the Globex scalping, we have one for Globex as well. So there is a certain timing where you can scalp, and it is beautiful and shines on the scalping. But you cannot scalp the market when the market is open, because there is no profit when your average is around 10 to 15 ticks on a scalping, and you're given half of your profit to slippage and commission. And how about there is a big trend? You're going to lose all the big trend to scalp. So in 2023, you cannot come in with one size shoe and then beat everyone with it. You know, you cannot come in with an ATR auto trade or with a certain time frame and then you're going to beat everyone with it. You cannot come in with a scalper and beat everyone with it. You cannot in 2023 have a screwdriver and a wire plier and you want to take the engine off and rebuild it. You have to have the proper tools. In the trade-in, you have to have the proper tools, not just a screwdriver and a wire plier and you want to take the engine off. It does not work this way. So the market, sometimes we need to look at the market and we have the proper tool, whether we want to reverse, swing trading, scalping, play between the fibs, trade between the fibs, play between the price line, and evaluate what's going on today. And then we can have the tools ready to unleash it at any time we want. This is what to bring consistency. This is what to bring safety for the trader, knowing what's going on in the market, not just to turn on a dishwasher machine in the morning and it's going to bubble up automatically for you. So as we see what is going on on the ES, it's not surprising what we are looking at the ES, because we know, and as I said, we have this bridge at 41.60, and then we have this one here is the line between the short and the long, and it is 44.60, and it is struggling to keep, it's trying. Look, it's trying and trying and trying and trying. As I said, it's a thick door, and it's like you're trying to kick it till it gets weak, and then you approach it. So what is doing to this market? There is no short at this moment. The market, if the market there is any pullback where the amateur traders are taking short, you are the one is waiting here taking re-entry long. All those amateur traders, they are taking an ATR auto trade or some kind of stupid moving average, they will be falling into this trap and they will be taking short. While you are professional, you will be sitting here and taking a re-entry trade. It's the opposite what the amateur traders are doing. You know, the funniest one, I had one gentleman, he was a pilot too, 4 years ago, from the state. He said, Sam, I made my own auto trade. And I said, okay. And he said, it was losing practically on every trade. And he had a programmer to do it for him, one of the best programmers in the country. I know that programmer. I don't work with him, but I know him. And he said he hired this guy to make an auto trade for him, and he did. And he said Sam was taking every trade, was losing trade. Every 4 losing trades, 1 winning trade. So what he said, he told the programmer to reverse the signal, instead going long to go short, because he can see he have more losing trades than winning trade. So he thought by reversing the signal, instead going long to go short, and the short go long, then he can fix the problem. So he put it back to the programmer, and the programmer reversed the signal for him, and where it used to be the auto trade taking long, now taking short, and the short taking long. He said, Sam, after I reversed the signal, was losing more money than before we fixed the signal. So what it is, you can see, because he was relying on a mechanical auto trade, and there is no concept when he is auto trading. He has no clue what he's doing. So it is very important. The first things you need to do, not to learn how to optimize. The first things you need to do is look at the market for a couple minutes. Try to build your eyes to see how this market going. Is only 2 or 3 minutes. If you do that the first week or the second week, you're not used to looking at 1 minute. Doesn't matter what system you have, you're gonna see nothing but a bunch of rubbish and indicators, and you say, oh, this is boring, I cannot feel it. But stay 5 minutes every day, look at your 1 minute chart at any system you have. Any system out there can turn you on. That's fine with me. But then a day after a day, a week after a week, you start seeing things before you start your auto trade, and then you unleash your auto trade. That does not cost you money. That you don't need anyone. But let's say if we get up in this morning and we see the ES is trying to break that wall here, and he's struggling. Why I need to turn on an auto trade? I need to wait 5 minutes. If I get up in the morning and see the price is between those many lines, why I need to turn on the auto trade? I need to wait 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 7 minutes. Once this market break those lines, I will unleash the auto trade to start taking a trade. Or if the market go below those lines, I will unleash the auto trade to start taking a trade. Those are small things in the morning. If you do that, doesn't matter what system you have, doesn't matter what auto trade you have, if you take 5 minutes of your time in the morning to do that, there we go. Finally, like what we said, look, now the market broke it. Now we are on cruise control all morning, and we are nothing we need to do anymore. And here is a new bridge we need to cross. It's 41.67. Once we cross the 41.72, the party is over for the morning session. Finished, done, over. You don't need to sit down miserably on the weekend to optimize. You don't need to sit down and get your hands sweating. You don't know where is your trade going. You know exactly what's going on in the market. You are in charge with the market. You know what to make decision. You will be much more, your life will be much smoother than get into territory you don't know anything about where is your trade is going to. This is a nightmare. That will freak me out if I'm auto trading and I have no clue where this trade is going. That will freak me out. You cannot just close your eye and jet ski and there is sharks under your jets. You cannot do that. So now we are finally, look at this. It's coming here as we said 10 minutes ago. Look, it's come into this line. And I told you it's a thick door. He's trying to break it. And we are about to break it. He tried the first time, penetrated, couldn't. He tried the second time, penetrated, he couldn't. And now he's trying the third time. You see that? If we look at the momentum, the pressure in the market is strong. The buyers over the seller. So it's a matter of time before the ES. Look. Look at this. Look. It's trying to break that wall right there. You see? Has nothing to do with your auto trade. Has nothing to do with your skill. Has nothing to do with your experience. Has nothing to do with your optimization. Has nothing to do with your time frame. It's right there. It's not. It's not going to. It's not going to change the fact if you switch from one auto trade to another. It's not going to change the fact. It's not going to change the fact if you jump from 3 minutes to 5 range. It's going to be the same story. This is a thick wall, and the ES trying to break it. Take it or leave it. Welcome to trading. Nothing can be done about it. Nothing can be done. And as we see, the ES trying to break that line, and he will be back trying to break in it, because we know from the momentum at this moment is strong enough. He's going to climb again and trying to break it. And if we look at this wick, look where it's having a problem. Right there. Right there. It's really struggling market. He wants to break that line. And once we break it, we are on cruise control. You don't have to worry about the trade. So it is really important to understand where we are in the market. One thing, we know what's going on in this situation right now. On the ES, he's trying to break this thick wall at 41.60. We know he's going to break it by looking at the measurement in the market called momentum. There is enough air in the tire to survive. And then when you are auto trading, it's become irrelevant whether you are auto trading the 5 minutes, the 1 minute, doesn't matter. Has nothing to do with your PNL, and has nothing to do with your 5 minutes, or if you are using, let me try to get something else if there is any left. Okay, here is this one here is 4 minutes and 5 minutes, and both of them are the same story. Or if you are, I don't have any more range. It's the same story. Whether you are using 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 1 minute, it's the same story. The problem is here. And here's what it is. Most of the traders, they make mistakes. When they see this jump, they think the market is finished. And now, whether you are auto trading 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, as an example in ATR, by now you fall into this trap, and now your auto trade is taken short. And there is no short. There is one re-entry on a sim. We're not your financial advisor. There is one re-entry at 41.55 long, and the second re-entry 41.54.25 as a re-entry long. That where the amateur traders taking short here, or if they have some kind of stupid auto trade with moving average, they're gonna fall into this trap. They think they are going to make money, and they're gonna get caught between the re-entry at 41.55.75 and the re-entry on 41.54.25 long. There is no short. There is no indication on this one here that says you have short. First of all, the momentum is still strong. It's getting a little bit weak, but it's still strong. The high time frame in 2023, you cannot direct if you are a manual trader. Now 90% they are auto traders, but if you are a manual trader, you cannot trade out of one chart anymore in 2023. You have to have the 1 minute, the 3 minutes, the 5 minutes, the 30 minutes, or the 15 minutes to pinpoint where exactly the entry when you are trading manually. We don't have the space, we don't have the time for it. So what we have done, look where I said the re-entry. Look where I said the re-entry. You see? So instead going and looking at the 3 minutes, the 5 minutes, and the 15 minutes, I put a high time frame here, the dot. The high time frame indicating to the trader is long. That's all what we need. We don't need to fuzzle with the 15 minutes chart. We are a day trader. We're not an institutional. We don't have time to fuzzle with 15 minutes and 5 minutes and 3 minutes and 2 minutes and 1 minute. But if we put a signal here on a high time frame, it's telling us the high time frame is long. That's all what we need. So this indication here is a small indicator on the top indicating the high time frame is up. Another signal also, if you notice under the bar there is a small stars. When you have those stars under the bar, indicating is a strong trend. If we look when the trend was not strong here, there is no stars under the bars, indicating it was weakness in the trend. So the chart details is telling us in detail where is the pressure in the market. If you notice here, there is no stars under the bar indicating weakness. Here, there is a stars indicating strong, and then what happened? It flipped above the 44.60. If we look right now, there is no stars below the bars. We call the re-entry here, and we call the re-entry here. And now what's going on? The ES has kicked the door the first time, kicked the door third time, it's gotten weak, and at this moment is trying to climb to see if he can break the door finally and move out. Simple as that. Two things in the future trading where the Forex traders, they always make mistake. In the future trading, you don't need to wait on some guy on the Twitter. You don't need to wait on some rumors. With the future trading, don't trade based on the news or rumors. You stay to your technical side and stay away from the fundamental part of trading. You cannot combine fundamental and technical in the future. You stay technical. It's irrelevant if the CL $50 or $70 or $100. The numbers means nothing. The numbers mean nothing in the future trading. Whether the ES 2000 or 4000 is irrelevant. You stay focused on the technical side. Stay away from the fundamental. Yesterday I heard a guy saying the Bitcoin is going in 3 months $1 million. Yesterday. What did he smoke, for God's sake? You know, and this morning it was down 3%, 4%. I don't know. I don't remember. Oh yeah, I will show something about the Bitcoin later on. I need to see. And so you can see right now, the ES has already kicked the door many times, and now he want to break it. You see? So we know what's going on, and we should not eliminate. We should not close any trade because this pullback, it was nothing. And this is where most of the amateur traders, 90%, they fall into those traps because they're not looking on the technical side. You don't have time, stop trading. Go to Las Vegas. Put all your money. Actually, I saw one guy did this. Put all your money on the table. If you have 100,000, you might go home with 200,000, or you might go with a banana. You can do that in Las Vegas. But in here, even if you are working, you just keep your eye once in a while on the chart to see what's going on. So again, look at this. The start come in under the bars. The stars come in indicating there is a strong trend and we are going to break it. So you know it ahead of any millions of rig heads, amateurs out there. you are 10 steps ahead of him, knowing what's going on in the market. And this is what makes you, as a future trader, few steps ahead of amateur traders. So there we go. And look, if we notice here, there is the stars. We broke the door finally. The thick door, we've been talking about it for over an hour. He broke it. He's trying to break the 41.62, and we are on a cruise control all the way to the target at 41.70, and this is your morning session, and it was done. Now it is exactly 10:46 in the morning, so we still have 1 hour and 15 minutes to climb to the target 41.70. Congratulations, it's done. So if you are in a trade, you know the destination of the ES most of the time. Sometimes the market surprises us, but we aim it 8 out of 10. It is good enough for us. Okay? So this is the morning target. It is right there, 41.71, and we still have 1 hour and 15 minutes for the morning session to climb all the way up there. And it is finished. And now once we break this wall here, it is one direction. It goes very fast to the 41.71. Nothing will stop it. So the Nasdaq this morning made 4,320. We're gonna leave it, and we're gonna leave the ES running. We're gonna take this one out. The DAX is doing extremely well today. The YM is doing well. We called the YM for you this morning. Okay, I will stay quiet and wait till this ES is about to break this area here, and we will be climbing to the 41.71, and you kiss this morning session the run for the ES goodbye. So we are a little bit struggling on that number, and we will break it. At this moment, the market is strong. It's a matter of time. It's gonna break it, and once it break it, it's gonna go very fast to the 41.70. So now we know what we are doing. We know what the auto trades are doing. We're not gonna interfere with the trades. Let it be. Let the auto trade make decision. And now we are fixing to break out. The momentum, the pressure is very good. The stars under the bars is indicating the market is strong. The buyers over the sellers with a 6 different time frame. You are sitting in the cockpit, landing an aircraft in the dark, and you pinpoint to the half a meter where you're going to land. So here it is, right there. Everything is in the clear. The market is strong. We are going to break it. All our instruments lining up good together. So it is a takeoff to the 41.71, and then it is finished. So once we cross this line, we're gonna be extremely fast to climb to those levels. We just need to get out of this hole right here. Put it politely. I don't want to say anything, but so I'm gonna stop the microphone and we will keep our eye on the trades. Thank you. Again, for all our members, please, please, we need you to update your new files. If you have not updated your file, contact us as soon as possible. There is update on the whole system, the whole 20 auto trade, the whole indicators, the everything. And please try to update as soon as possible. It's 11 o'clock, folks. Thank you very much for today. Again, there is no short. Be careful and keep your eye monitor on the market before you make this decision. We wish you safety and thank you very much. God bless everyone. Bye for now.